I give you a mix of information on some product that you really have an idea where is it already implemented and how does it scale, how small, how big, but I also will give you some real world success stories. So just start. I mentioned OPC UA scales down from smallest sensor up into IT enterprise. From my point of knowledge, the smallest OPC UA server has been done by a team of Professor Jasper Knight at a German university in Lemgo, and he scaled down as a proof of concept an OPC UA server down to a footprint of 10 kilobyte. Well, of course, this is not. It was a proof of concept. It was really how small can we scale down all functionalities to put it on sensor level. A sensor is just providing data, so they only had 4 data points. They didn't integrate security. It was just connect to the device, browse the namespace, read data. That's it. So it was a so-called nano profile from point of functionality, but it was again just a test. How small can we scale down? It was running on a really small platform with another 5 kilobyte of a Berkeley TCP stack. But now you say, hey, this is academic. Come on, we are in the real world. Where is the industrial grade product, right? Okay, well then select the next one where OPC UA is also on chip level. It has been done with a Matricon OPC solution built into hardware. It scales down to a 35 kilobyte RAM, and it has been integrated into AREVA smart meter devices, which measure power and provide this up into upper layers. The benefit of OPC UA is to really be able to integrate into devices. And here you see a snapshot of other functionalities of other devices. For example, gateways running on Linux being a converter from OPC UA to serial protocols. And this overview gives a good message from a different point of views. First of all, you see different operating systems. Linux here. I even don't know what kind of operating system is inside here, but here we have Windows Embedded CE. Here we have Android. We have different implementations based on Linux or Java. Here on Android. With Java, by the way, from Process. Here we had Android with C++ from Unified. So you see different toolkit vendors, different technologies, different focus in all kinds of layers. Siemens was, again, pretty much early integrating OPC UA into their Simucom drive. So not always think about it's a PLC, right? They integrated this also into other devices because they needed security and information modeling of their devices. Well, this was my baby a couple of years ago, so I'm aware of that. Yes, Beckhoff implemented this first into the controller, not only a UA server, but also a UA client. Definitely Beckhoff has been here first in the world. We have SCADA systems scaled down into smallest embedded devices, here again in the Siemens world, but it scales up into the consumer world. And then, as I mentioned before, we have an existing world. There are machines out in the field, and of course you cannot make a product update on 10-year, 15-year PLCs existing in the machine. This is normally what you don't do. Once a machine is running, you pay for it, then you have warranty, but you normally do not play around and can upgrade firmware and whatever. So how do we connect these kind of machines to the existing new IT opportunities with OPC UA? There are 2 converters. One is here, for example, from the company IBH Link. And it's just a small terminal which you put in front of the Siemens S5, S7 devices, and then you have 3 ports which you directly connect to the Siemens devices, and then you have a UA client and a UA server for that S5, S7 devices, and you are automatically connected. Same with the Rockwell devices. So this is a Softing gateway, Echo Collect, which allows you to connect both to the Siemens world but also to the Rockwell devices in case you miss that driver functionalities there. But OPC UA is also in let's say new world where you have smart glasses. You are walking through your factory floor. You look to a machine automatically you recognize this is a packaging machine, and then the smart glass is directly connecting to your machine. And there's also really a nice video on YouTube where you connect with your smartphone or your tablet directly to the machine. They recognize each other with augmented reality. This is a packaging machine. What is the status? What are the alarms of? And both talk OPC UA to each other. This is not a fiction or a vision for the future. This is reality which you can buy and order from stock. Okay? You have seen in the video that there is that other companies now integrated OPC UA into devices. It's also field devices. For example, Siemens together with Harting joined, and even their competitors on this area of RFID readers, they said, hey, we should not differentiate on the connectivity from the outside world. We have different differentiation inside what the device is delivering. But what we should do is design and define the same interface from point of data communication, but also from modeling the available data objects. So within 1 year, they made the prototype, they made the specification plus the prototype, and this has been shown at the Hannover Trade Show 2015, where the Beckhoff PLC was calling a method call, not exchanging properties, making a method call into the Harting RFID reader, providing a string, a text, which has been sent then to the RFID tag. Then the attendee walked with the RFID tag to the Siemens RFID reader. It was automatically read out and pushed to the display on top of that. And there was also this gateway in the middle, which was able to connect to all devices and push data up into cloud. So now the big question is, why are two vendors agreeing on providing the same interface? Then they get extendable, exchangeable, right? I mean, who wants to become exchangeable? Nobody, of course, but agreeing to a standard does not mean that you cannot differentiate to offer additional services. So if this RFID reader has some specific functionalities, well, then also provide it as an additional information model to the outside world. Interestingly is this activity is hosted by the so-called AIM group, and this AIM group is not only on RFID readers, it's also on all the 1D, 2D barcode readers and what is completely auto ID world. So as you see here, the adoption world is really growing. From point of controllers, we have all big players here: Beckhoff, Bosch Rexroth, B&R, GE, Mitsubishi, National Instruments, Omron, Phoenix, Siemens, Yokogawa. We have these connectors to Rockwell. Again, it goes down into sensor level, into field device level. It goes up into any kind of SCADA and MES system, and as learned before, also on to Microsoft. A quick, let's keep it like nearly like a movie, right? To talk about some success stories. In 2008, extreme early, this has been realized by wind turbines in the North Sea. It was Alpha Ventus, a big offshore wind turbine park, and at that time in this cabinet was running a Beckhoff controller with an integrated OPC UA server in the controller. On the IT landscape, they took the toolkit from Unified Automation and made something in C#, and then they were connected to that wind turbines in a completely secured way. We have example here from Matricon OPC, which I explained before, with this small OPC UA on chip level, which they integrated into the plugs for the AREVA, and so they can measure the data and provide that measurement information up into the IT level here. Connecting to the cloud, as mentioned before, OPC UA server integrated into a controller allows that this is a very easy handling of controllers. You just send them out, and the controller is automatically connecting to the cloud, downloading his configuration, and then starting measurement data and pushing the measurement data into specific cloud accounts. So this is available today. Andres and Hauser have gateways to all kind of their Android and Hauser devices. That so it's not built in, but they have this kind of gateway solution before, that they really have dashboards where they can connect to all of their devices and measure all the data. I think you are more perfect on presenting this. Should I give it a try on me, or do you want to present this? I try, because of course this is a success story, as you know. As you see here, they made it with Prozis OPC toolkit. Well, I can just say it's inside the MES layer, where you can connect the Finland's largest milk and dairy processor. Is it so? So what is the name of it? Come on, give some more information. Come on, it's your success story. You should be a little bit more visible here.
Okay, I don't have a microphone, but anyway, Valio has been implementing OPC UA in their production since a long time, and we had a presentation about that a few years ago in our event as well. But they have been using UA gateways to convert the old OPC classic protocols to OPC UA, just to be able to improve the security layer in between the communication mainly. And in future we can get more to the OPC UA native communications, while the actual automation systems also converted and updated to communicate with OPC UA. And in the MES level, we are already communicating with OPC UA.
Then we have in completely different, so we are talking OPC UA to aliens, right? We try to let them understand how they can connect to the world here. With information modeling, yeah, maybe, yeah. So hopefully we understand each other. I just want to go quickly through, right, that you see it on paper machines from Void, done with Advice. Advice is a leading SCADA company who directly modeled everything based on OPC UA from scratch. Definitely a company which understood to make object-oriented designing inside the HMI. We have Miele connecting Siemens WinCC to Beckhoff, and they say, hey, because of this connection done with an Almendinger plug-in, so company Almendinger was doing the plug-in for them, everything is standard and perfect. We have robot companies like the Fraunhofer connecting mobile robots, because nobody should be a man in the middle to modify robot commands when a mobile robot is moving. Then we have these Japan company Takebishi, and they want to go into the business of gateway solutions. So the gateway is in the middle of everything. The gateway keep a lot of connectivity, plug-ins to the factory plans for process, for factory M2M, but to the upper world they talk OPC UA, but also other protocols. And then during this roadshow we had other new success stories. For example, National Instruments, they also integrated OPC UA into their controller. They make water treatment in Singapore here, and this is where I see where first solution have always been in small, decentral, embedded areas, because there the benefits of OPC UA being integrated into the controller, providing integrated security, fits best. Company RTR is also another toolkit vendor in North America, and they also integrated OPC UA into their smallest embedded controllers and provide platforms for that. Injection molding machines, this is done by toolkits based on Softing. It's integrated into the Arburg injection molding machine. This time it's running VxWorks. So you see again different platforms, operating systems. And as mentioned before, company Arburg now volunteered together with a competitor, company Engel and others, to join together in a group and say, let's do a modeling for an injection molding machine, right? So they were convinced on OPC UA since the beginning. But of course, Softing also provides success stories from company Kromberg and Schubert inside the automotive industry, where they have this gateway, this Echo link to connect to the existing real world with Siemens PLCs and Rockwell devices. Oil and gas is a huge field the complete oil and gas industry agreed on to make modeling on OPC UA in the group, in the organization MDIS. So Matthias is also pretty much involved in that. And so one of the first MDIS, one of the first oil and gas solutions has been here with company Software Toolbox and Indusoft, which is also a SCADA company, to connect all that devices in that field. We have, they make use of OPC UA client and server in the demilitarized area to have a fully secured connection from the automation layer up into the business layer. Again, security was a key point to make use of OPC here. In 2008, also SAP connected directly a production plant directly to a controller. It is company Elster here. They have market share of 80% of the world market of gas measurement systems. So if you heat at home with gas, then it should look or might look like this. And again, in earlier days they said we had to hire an integrator. It took half a week or 1 week. We had to pay between 5,000 to 8,000 euro, and then our machine was connected to SAP. Now we can do it on our own within half an hour. That's a good message, right? From my point of view, one of the biggest OPC UA success stories I have ever heard about is this one with 1.6 million OPC points and 500,000 alarms and historical points. I've never seen or heard much more about another different, bigger one. This is handled by company Iconics. Iconics is a US-based SCADA company. They have been built OPC UA products from the begin, and they, well, this shows that they can handle these kind of data volumes. We have company C-Labs, which is in the area of cloud IT connection. This is exactly here, the gentleman, you asked exactly what is Microsoft delivering, and I told you there's another company doing commercial products. It's exactly this company, C-Labs, and what they have is they also made an implementation on C#. So yes, you need a Windows-based platform or gateway, but they provide much more functionalities, not only to push data into cloud systems, also getting something back and also doing relay technology, right? And yeah, this is from my point of view one of the first cloud-based products available. Well, then we have transportation. Maybe I should let Matthias talk more about this, but unified automation, because, well, providing toolkits, of course, have a lot of success stories here. This is with Voestalpine, and they do all the signals in German Bahn, Deutsche Bahn, and they standardized all these information about where are trains and on all the signaling parts. So I think again security is key here because otherwise there's a lot of damage and you have a lot of chaos inside German Bahn, right? Matricon OPC, they provide a lot of drivers, connectors, so they have these kind of gateway solutions. So again, if your vendor has not a built-in OPC UA server, then you need gateway solutions, and Matricon, same as Kepware, are exactly in that business. And they did something here in Sweden. I don't know if it's for this famous a company where you have to build everything on your own, but okay. Energy, again, Progea provided energy consumption. Again, energy is, again, small, distributed, and they connected here Bosch Rexroth PLCs, also Beckhoff PLCs, and they did the modeling. Again, the key of OPC UA is security, but also the modeling, that you reduce engineering cost. If you have a model of a boiler or of a turbine, then you are not connecting 20 data points for the turbine, you are connecting 1 data point for the object and just drag and drop. And this is what you can't do with the old OPC Classic. We already had a wastewater story from National Instruments, and again here another story from Kepware, and it's exactly again the same story. Here they made use of a wrapper because there was an OPC DA solution available, and with Kepware they just wrapped it into the UA world, crossed all the network with security, integrated, and had the benefit to connect all these decentral water, wastewater. Well, that's it from, this was an overview on a couple of success stories. Any questions from your side?
Yeah, Stefan said this is just a couple of cases. In practice, OPC UA is getting more and more widely used all over, and most of the cases are not public. In general, there are big companies that are doing a lot of OPC UA products and projects all the time.
This is exactly, yeah, this is exactly my request to you. I mean, sometimes companies do not want to have their story public because they want, have this benefit on being first on the market, protect their success story. If you want to help that OPC UA gets an international accepted standard in all kinds of areas, then you have to do two things. First of all, order it. If you place an order, you have to put in, I want to have OPC UA for that solution and not other connectors. So it depends really on you who order machines. And second, if you have a solution with OPC UA, please share that we really can promote it worldwide. We are uploading this right now to the OPC web, that really people looking to the web, hey, where's something for energy measurement, for water treatment, for MES solutions, really have a quick overview, what are the benefits, reduce engineering time, increase security, and these are key elements which helps everybody, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.